Gorilla Geek going 10.8. Well, this is the start of fire season, so I'm getting my gear together for this season. And this is part of my gear here, my load-bearing gear that I use to carry some of my gear upon myself. So I don't use the more expensive stuff that the firefighters use because I'm cheap. Like this pouch here, which was made for squad automatic weapons, the 200 round drum, and they just put the drum inside these pouches here. And hey, wait, what's this doing here? That wasn't supposed to be in there. Hold on. Alright, let me move on. Anyways, so we go to the back here, and I got this camelback bag here. So let me see what I got there in one of the packs here. I got my compass. What's this here? That's not supposed to be in there. Wait a minute. This is supposed to be another video. Okay, hold on. Let's start over. So this is pretty much what it looks like all on me, I guess. My whole firefighting or fire support gear here when I go out to the line. I got my chest harness with my comms, my main fire service comm radio here, dual band radio here for testing. So I could do both UHF and VHF because that's what they use out in the field most often. And during the back, I got my camelback bag here, and this I could chuck away if I need to because it's not attached to the H harness at all. So it's just a regular camelback hog. I like this color best because it will reflect more and reflect the light more, and also it's a tougher material. Their tactical line of packs are way tougher than their civilian counterpart. So that is the only reason, not to be tactical or nothing like that. Like I said, I have no interest in that. The suspension harness, all below all this crap that I got on me, is pretty much this right here. An H harness. Vietnam era, 1970s era H harness. This one here is not canvas, it's made out of nylon. And that's the one I got underneath my gear as well, and it's $5 in the Army Navy surplus store. And it, to me, in my opinion, is way more comfortable than the let's say 80s, 90s Y harness that they have, where you didn't have the two straps going down the back. You had just the one strap coming down, then flared out into your cartridge belt. It kind of came into a sort of triangle on top here where you have your webbing, and for some reason, no matter how I wear the damn thing, the back of it always wants to dig into the back of my neck and also constrict a little bit. But this H harness is way more comfortable for me. The cartridge belt here is circa 1990s cartridge belt, not with the metal loop or and hook that you usually see on the older ones, but a plastic snap, quick disconnect snap, which is exactly what I have on me right now. This is just what I used to use out in the field in my usual repair job. Just a cartridge belt, tool bag of course, and this is what I lug out in the field with me when not in I don't know, public service arena. So let's break this down here. The radio pack, you could configure this radio chest harness in a couple of different ways. When you buy it, it's a True North chest harness, and it comes with this suspension system that you could put on, and each one of these straps has a buckle on it, snap buckle. So what you could do is, for quick disconnect, you could just take it all apart, and then you only have this part right here. What I did on mine is I took the back harness apart, and True North sells these buckles that you could attach to whatever gear you have on. So it has the mating buckle here, and like this loop or what have you that you could put around your webbing or your wolf gear or whatever you have on, so you don't need to have that back panel and have multiple straps just choking the crap out of you. So this is totally integrated into my Vietnam era H harness. I got 2 ankle points on top of here, 1, 2, and in the bottom on the belt itself is going around. I have it going around the belt itself with the snap cap down here. So this looks like it's really hard to get on and off. I could just start dropping gear. Here's my pack. One side of the, if I wanted to, I could take off my radio harness, pull that to the side, cartridge belt, and I'm free and clear. And I could don this thing back on again just as easily. Sometimes when I'm working out in the field, you know, it's all hot and everything, and you want to kind of like lighten up the load a bit. And then when I need to go, or the chopper's coming around to pick me and my team up, I just load up again, and I'm ready to go. And here's my camelback full of goodies. So in the front here, like I said, these are M249, I believe it is, squad automatic weapon ammo pouches for the big old 200 round drum that they have. This thing is made out of nylon and it's tough as hell. That's why I like it. It's got a Velcro secure there and also a snap button there. And the sides are stabilized with like this plastic thing to keep it kind of, you know, from collapsing. But these make great tool pouches. I got a Leatherman in this one. Usually I pack it more. So I got two of these. One on this side, one on this side here. And here I would have my multimeter, tool, screwdriver, and whatever test equipment I need, because remember, I'm not a tactical dude or a firefighter. I'm a repair guy, radio repair man. So that's why I have this thing on me right now. And like I said, here's your fire shelter. And your fire shelter, this is the old style fire shelter that I have as a spare. And that's pretty much what it looks like here. Supposed to open that up, clear it from the bag, pull these tabs off, and this opens up into like a little, it looks like a sleeping bag, but without the bottom, and you just put the sleeping bag over you. At the end of the video, you'll see us kind of practice and qualify to get into this thing within 30 seconds with practice shelters. They're made out of plastic, orange plastic, but this is the real deal right here, the old style. And it's just an aluminum sort of coated material there that covers you, so you could shake and bake in there if the fire comes over you and you get stuck in the middle. And what I use this for is if I'm on a hilltop that hasn't been burned over completely yet, and there may be a slight chance of it coming back to that hilltop, and I have a repeater out there, this expensive portable repeater for fire comms, but I'll wrap it around with this here to protect the equipment underneath it. And also what that would do as well is kind of identify it from the air. So when you know, sometimes some of these sites are not accessible through pumping or vehicle or anything. You have to fly in. So this is a good way to kind of identify where that repeater is from the air. And also I would have it marked on the GPS.
While you're in it, we're in concrete. Take it nice and slow and careful, but do it in a timely fashion. And it easily can be done without damaging knees. I don't need knees broken, elbows broken, stuff. So, if fire's coming from the fan, your feet need to be where? Toward the fan. So your head need to be toward me. Go ahead. Go ahead. What was that?
When I'm told to on the radio.
When you're told to, or when a supervisor, or maybe when things start, the wind dies down, start slowing down, your heart rate comes back to a normal resting area. Okay, go ahead and get out.
Let's take a tour of what I have on there now and what I plan to pack on the field. So my radio is going to come off. It comes off pretty easy. And there's the unit right there. This is a north face, or true north rather. You have a spare battery pouch here that I keep in, or you could put whatever you want in there. The main radio holder for larger size radios. And then you have this other pouch here. You could put in a smaller radio like a VX7R or my TYT dual band radio here, a cell phone, compass, what have you. On each side you have these pen holders. There's one here and one there. Then you have the main compartment, the main pocket here, and that's zippered up. And here what I have is some codes and comm plan that I have to access telephone systems through the radio. So this has my phone access on how to, you know, do stuff out in the field so I can make an emergency call over the phone. So this is part of my civilian preps as well as my professional preps. And inside the compartment I have two admin pockets, a larger pocket and a smaller pocket. Smaller pocket, what I'll have is a test antenna. I don't use the long ass whips or anything because I'm testing the system out. So to me, to test the system out is I want to have the crappiest conditions for me to do that. If I could hit the repeater with this configuration, it's good to go, in my opinion. So I also carry a spare wideband antenna here, so I could do amateur stuff and all the fire service stuff and state municipality stuff to go along with this radio. So if I get in trouble, I could just take this antenna off, put this antenna back on, and have my range so I could get out if I need to, either in an emergency or something if I get caught behind the lines. And then I have my 18 inch long Wildland firefighting antenna for this radio here, and this gives you a little bit more reach as well. Sometimes I just give this out. I'll have a crew boss come up to me and say, hey, you know, I'm in this valley and I really can't talk to my guys. I can't talk to the comm center. I just don't have the reach, and I say, okay, try this. I'll give them this, and it'll test it out, and they say, yeah, this is working a little bit much better, and then I just give it to them. So I always carry a couple of spares with me just for that what do you call it, reason. Also gives me good brownie points out there as well. So I want to take care of my firefighters out there for sure. And that's pretty much it for the radio pouch. Now here I have just a plain old belt. Like I said, my tool bag here, my surplus squad automatic weapon pouch here, tough as nails, and I could pack a whole bunch of shit in there. Mirror image in the front here on the other side, you know, just so I can put more stuff in there. A fire shelter. Let's see, my cartridge belt, my H harness. Then in the back there I have the butt pack, the Army surplus butt pack. So what I have in there, usually I have my food. You know, also I keep a couple of, they call them fusees, but these are just regular road flares, and that's to place a backfire in case there's a fire coming up towards you and you want to kind of like exhaust the fuels in front of you, so the main force of the fire won't come over you and take you out, where you could just eliminate some of the fuels that are nearby you. But yeah, like I said, this bag here, I usually keep that stuff, the flares, along with sack of lunch or MREs that they provide you on the line. So I'll have maybe, usually I will take this apart and put the individual packs in there just to lighten up the load. And I'll have like at least 2 or 3 meals in here, because sometimes I would fly into these sites and there may be a possibility that there may be an emergency, like a fireman down, or they need a copter to go do something else, and you're stuck up there. You either have to hoof it down or wait till they come back. It could be a day later or so. So that's pretty much my butt pack there, which serves as a suspension sort of thing here too for the belt itself. So I'm a Camelback Hog, which I love so much. This is just great for so, you know, it's nice and small. It fits my torso, and I have just enough what I need for that particular day or two if I get caught out there. The front pocket here is mostly admin stuff. I have a compass, just a regular USGI issued compass, for the reason that I have the electronic compass as well, but the batteries could go bad, or the signal up in the sky could go bad, or something. I could always fall back on the trusty compass here to get me out from where I'm at if I have to hoof it back from inside the forest. So I always carry that in me here, always. Let's see what else I got. I got a writing pad, pens of course. I know this is exciting, but it's something to do, I guess. Flashlight. And this is a cheapo Costco Tech Light 200 lumens. It's really good actually, so I carry this with me. And let's see, and usually I'll have little knickknacks in here as well. And what I also carry that most firefighters I don't even think about, pepper spray. I got me a big ass bottle of pepper spray here, just in case, you know, wild animals or whatever, you know. So let's see, the back compartment of course would have my water bladder, 100 liters I think it is. So that will be full of water. And I will carry more water in the butt pack of the H harness itself. Let's see, here's the electronic compass here. And it's issued to me. I didn't buy this. It's a PN40 Earthmate. And usually what we use this for is, yeah, to find our location and stuff like that, but also to mark where we place the portable repeaters. It could be in the middle of nowhere and it'll take you weeks to find it if we don't have it marked, if you leave there without marking it. And it has happened a couple of times. Let's see, what else do I have? I have a Gore-Tex rain jacket, and the pants are in here as well. So mostly, sometimes overnight, it just gets cold as hell up in the higher elevations. And even though it's sweltering hot down in the valley or wherever the fire is at, so sometimes you'll get caught in the weather out there. It may rain, who knows? But I'm prepared with some Gore-Tex rain jacket, which serves as a windbreaker as well. Just an extra layer of stuff there. And usually I'll have test equipment in here, my service monitor, a man-packable one, a watt meter, what have you, extra cables, extra antenna, extra parts, extra batteries, because sometimes the firefighters will be out there who ran out of batteries. And most importantly, the map of the operation itself. This here is from one fire that I've been to, and this just has what the fire size is, excuse me, where the branches are, the division M, division Z. These are all what do you call it, incident command structure terminology that the firefighters use, and now everybody in public service, first responder will use that system, and pretty much it just identifies the location on the map or whatever. And all these lines here that you see here is the fires is within this particular circle here, and you have your dozer line over here, drop points where you could have them send you some gear at that drop point, you pick it up and go wherever you need to go. Here somewhere is where our repeater is at. Usually I'll have a R with a circle around it. Let's see, what else? Your major branches, your divisions from those branches, kind of like platoons and companies and stuff like that. It's just their terminology on how to separate all these areas. And this is a must if you're going to go out to the line. So I carry my map with me as well, and it has all the grid coordinates and stuff like that. So that's number one. And additionally, I have a U.S. Forest Service trail map here. as well of the area that you are covering. It's best to have more information on the map. Some of those maps just don't have enough information on there to tell you where certain things are, like campsites. And thirdly, I have a sectional or an aeronautical map here. And what this does is, for me at least, it gives me a nice shaded sort of relief of topographical features of the area that you're in. So it's very nicely colored in. You could tell the peaks from the valleys, and it's just awesome. Additional information that you'll see here is hilltops, and also if they have antennas on top of that hilltop, so that would tell you that there's a road access going up there, or a clearing for a helicopter to land. They tell you where all the lookouts are, the Forest Service lookouts, and they make good, you know, temporary comm repeater sites as well. We always have to kind of move with the situation, adapt to what's going on every day on a fire. So we're always moving, we're always changing plans, and we got to move from one place to another, following the fire and making sure that the equipment stays safe, and most importantly, the guys that are out there fighting the damn thing. Damn, I don't even know what the point of the video was, but I guess what I try to convey here in this video is you may look goofy in this army surplus gear with the cartridge belts and the M249 squad automatic bags, as well with the Vietnam era H harness, but if you're on a budget, or you just don't want to go with the more expensive gear, they're a viable replacement or substitute. And they're rugged, they're pennies on a dollar. Yeah, this is a viable way to kind of recycle old military gear for civilian use. And I see volunteers wear this. Prison crews, they give them a lot of this H harness stuff, and it works pretty well. I wouldn't get the modern Molly stuff where it's just a low bearing vest, because you need all these pockets and stuff to breathe on the you know, in the hot sun and stuff. You'll just get, you know, killed over by heat exhaustion. So that's one reason why I like the open H harness kind of design or whatnot as well. And like I said, I'm not gonna go low crawling through brush or jungle and nothing like that, so all these straps are not going to get caught within branches and stuff like that. So okay, well, I think I rambled on enough. I gotta get my shit together and get ready for the season. So Gorilla Geek going 10-10.